Aloha me ke aloha nui e Hawaii ku me hanau e, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin Coloso from the band Coloso, and I'm playing here tonight at Oregon Hempfest 2026. Super stoked to be here. From the island of Maui, but my band is based out of the Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, Washington area, and we tour all across the area, and we're super stoked to be here in Riddle, Oregon.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
And you're headlining the Saturday night Oregon Hempfest. What kind of feeling do you want to leave people with tonight?
Oh, I mean, we're gonna get everybody moving, excited, feeling the vibes, feeling the being one with nature. I think is gonna be a cool one with this, because being able to play outside and feel it at the same time it's a double experience, especially at a festival. So,
Right.
yeah.
And Coloso has roots in Maui, but grew strong in the Pacific Northwest. How has Oregon shaped that sound for you guys?
Ooh, I mean, incredibly. My favorite band in the whole world right now is Soul Seed. Those are my brothers, and I mean, they're a Eugene-based band, and they helped shape my sound for sure as I matured as a musician. And that's outside of the fact that just over half my band is from the Northwest, or at least I met them here in the Northwest, so that their style of sound has been shaped from this area. So, yeah, I would say Oregon and Washington for sure has given me a new flavor. That's why I often refer to our style of reggae as Northwest reggae.
Right.
I am from Hawaii. I'm born and raised on Maui, and obviously I had the island element. But I would really coin our style as Northwest reggae, which is a very unique flavor of reggae. Not Cali reggae, not necessarily just West Coast reggae, but Northwest reggae.
I really love that answer, bro. And the ukulele is a big part of your identity. What does it bring to reggae that a guitar doesn't?
Oh, I mean, so much. I mean, the tone of the ukulele, for many people, they get fooled by the tone. They think every song with the ukulele, you can't play a sad song on the ukulele, which is entirely not true. You can play any type of music on the ukulele, and as far as just how it differs with a guitar, it adds a deeper or a different element. I don't want to say deeper, and because I play a 6-string ukulele. I used to play an 8, but I play a 6-string Aloha ukulele. Those are my sponsors, and to put a long story short, is the depth of the tone of that, even just that particular type of ukulele that I have. It adds to the sound, adds to more of the sound that you don't necessarily get from a guitar.
Right.
It obviously adds the island element to what we do, but I think it's especially because I play rhythm again for multiple strings. Not just your traditional 4-string.
Right.
I try to make it unique.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I always felt like that's a very intimate instrument, opposed to a guitar. Guitar is very intimate as well, but I always felt like that instrument's way more so intimate than a guitar. I don't know if you felt that. But when you perform with the full collection of Lone Soldiers, what changes compared to a solo Kevin set?
Oh, that's a great question. It's funny because literally I'm catching a plane tomorrow at 5 a.m. to go back to Maui, and on Monday, so 2 days from now, I'm playing a small solo show, a 2-hour solo show at Mala Tavern in Lahaina on Maui. In fact, I have 11 solo shows booked in the next 2.5 weeks on Maui. And so as far as how they differ and whatnot, it's so funny because I get to play whatever I want.
Right.
And there are more covers, but that's just because it's fun stuff I get to play. And it's chill. It's so chill. Like, because I basically, a solo show is just me going and playing music somewhere. It's not throwing a big concert. I'm not trying to sell tickets to some show. But when I'm here during the summertime and I get in my bus with my band and we tour all across the country, we are doing exactly that. We're throwing huge concerts, sometimes hundreds, thousands of people, like just lots of people coming up, people being really receptive these days, really starting to get into not only just our music, but our style, our genre, which is reggae. What we call ourselves a reggae band,
Right.
But the genre is so if you have reggae enough, there's so many artists that are just, in the scene, because they're just reggae enough, if you will, you know what I mean? So
Right.
reggae-esque. That's why I call myself Northwest Reggae, because I'm trying to make a point of the difference in the sound, you know what I mean? But the same, still reggae.
Right,
right. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a good answer, dude.
Yeah, I full band is solo. I like solo, but I love my band. So like it's the band is exciting. The band, you get the full show.
Right.
You get like everything from choreography to the full all original stuff. We're really promoting ourselves. When I do a solo show, it's just intimate. Like I'll sit down, talk to people. It's a whole different experience. Still very similar, but different experience.
And you have a third album on the way. What feels different about this next chapter?
Ooh, I mean the team that I have, the people that I'm working with, the producers I'm working with, and ultimately just the new bands I'm working with on the road and stuff. So I'm meeting new people from all across the country now. So it's really cool to work with new people and shape our sound that way, and release our music, even in a different way. So that way I can, start gaining more traction with people in arenas where we were lagging before.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. And your music carries a lot of hope and love without sounding forced. How do you keep that message real?
Well, I mean, authenticity, I would say. I would say that the reason why you can feel my music every time is because when I come at it, it's always 100%, and it's never, nothing has been contrived. I wrote every song from the heart, and when I get up there, I sing it all from the heart too. I joke about this, especially with like brand new venues. People have never seen us before, Wow, so much energy. Thank you for that. Like, I only got one speed.
Right.
So 100. Like full speed. That's all I got. So, I think that you can't. And this is true for any artist. Like I've seen lots of really talented artists, especially in Hawaii, and you can really feel the artist when you can tell like they're super authentic. It comes from the heart. They're not there just to give you a show.
Right.
They're there
right.
to like. They're there to show you like emote something, and whatever they wrote or how they're choosing to sing this song. It's an expression.
Right.
And like I said, the authenticity in it. It shines.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And what song in your current set best represents Coloso right now?
Probably Time to Grow. I released that one this past January. And that one is talking about my battle with alcohol. I quit drinking alcohol 4.5 years ago. And that was when I wrote that song. It was not too long after I quit. And it was about kind of my coming of age, if you will, to learning that I no longer want to drink. So it was time to grow.
Right.
I'm not, without going too much into the song, I would say that has been an evolving theme in my life within the past since I've done that. And it's in every aspect as it grows further and further and further.
Right.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Honestly, I would say that that's probably the most representative right now.
I like that song, so I think that I agree with that one too. You're giving great answers today, brother. Great answers. Well, Southern Oregon crowds can be very rootsy and community driven. What do you feel from the audience when you perform in this area?
What do I feel from the audience? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like what vibe, what feedback do you feel from the audience when you perform for them in Southern Oregon?
Well, definitely openness, love, acceptance. It's extremely without sounding too corny, have you been to the Oregon Country Fair?
Yeah.
So maybe that's a good representation of what I would call, especially Southern Oregon or anyone really, any of the Oregon crowd for sure. And I guess that doesn't explain it if you haven't been to the OCF. So really, it's I don't know. I don't know. The word is escaping me right now, but very, very enjoying. They enjoy it, and and it's new. It's like new to them. It's not necessarily, but it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's you know, especially when when it comes to roots style, and their you know their love of the roots style here. You know, especially when you know you see the Jamaican artists coming through and they can really get down with that. You know what I mean? Like I would say that it's very, I don't know, it's accepting. Like I said, I don't know, I can't explain it. But there is definitely a vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I'd quite specifically say Oregon as much as I'd say a Northwest vibe. Yeah.
That Pacific Northwest vibe
Yes.
that you get. I love that.
For sure.
Yes. And Coloso has been touring across the West Coast, just like you said. You got a bunch of tours coming up, well, tour dates, and you got a bunch of solo acts coming up too. What has being on the road taught you lately, especially as a band?
Oh man, it's taught me for sure that the people you choose to be on the road with, what matters more is their personality than their ability to play an instrument.
Right.
So it doesn't matter how good or how talented you are, but rather if you can learn to work with others and make a cohesive sound, like actually come together on what we can, because that's kind of a big thing amongst bands or certain types of bands.
Definitely.
You know, they often disagree on things, and it seeps into the music, and you know, that's how bands break up and stuff. But I would say it's mostly personality. Like that matters a lot, and more to me than almost anything else. Learning how to be a teammate, a team player.
Right.
We get touted as a family band. I mean, I think a lot of successful bands do, because you know you have to make a team. You have to really make a good team if you're going to be traveling all across the country with people. Like you think you know a person,
Yeah.
you go live with them on a bus.
Yeah.
It's like not even a hotel room; it's a bus.
Becomes an intense relationship.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go into personal stories, but let's put it this way: your diet matters, and how you get rid of your diet after you've done eating it matters a lot. And then when you're in a confined space, you know, on a bus together, it becomes, you know, the people you're with have to be courteous of others. And
Everything matters.
The whole thing, yeah.
Definitely.
Music becomes like 20% of it.
Right.
80% of it is everything else, and you're gone from home for like this whole time too. If it's a real tour,
Yeah.
you know, like we're gonna in August we're gonna do a 2.5 week tour through Montana and Wyoming and Idaho, and then in September we're gonna try to go shoot down to Arizona, New Mexico real quick, then do a whole Texas run, and then come back up like through Oklahoma and Missouri and then Nebraska, shoot over to Colorado, and then come back. It's going to be a 5 week long tour.
Oof.
And that's going to be our longest tour yet. We've done a 4-week one, and man, those ones they're killer. You know, I mean they're great. We've had some amazing tours. But you know, at the 4-week tour, we always joke because we see other bands that go like 8-week tours, you know, like 2 months long. We looked at each other like, imagine, because we're at home now, like unpacking and, you know, disheveled, like freaking however many shows back to back to back, and hundreds of miles. And I look at each other like, imagine if we had 4 more weeks right now.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it already it feels, you know, so like, you know, we want it. That's what we want. But we know, we definitely know we're not quite conditioned to that level yet.
Right.
So we're doing a 5-weeker. We'll see how that goes. You know, new markets are tough. You don't know how the people are going to accept you. You're asking a lot of Oregon specific questions. Obviously, we're Oregon Hempfest.
Yeah.
But like when we go to different parts of the country, that's seriously, like the Midwest especially, they love country music.
Right.
So trying to get a reggae band in over half the bars out there is impossible.
Right.
So like even just trying to, like I said, new markets for us are exciting but scary at the same time.
Yeah,
You know,
it turns a genre into a niche at that
Yeah.
point. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You got to sell the niche to the people that don't understand.
Check out a good band. Just come check out a good band.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't care what kind of style they are. We got horns.
Yeah,
Saxophone
got all the
and
brass.
Yeah,
Come on,
Come check it out. Go check it out.
I love that. And so for someone who's seeing Coloso for the first time at the Oregon Hempfest, what do you hope that they understand and take away from that set?
I mean, as far as a message, I would say, you know, I hope what you take away is obviously a good time. I mean, we kind of explicitly say it towards the end anyway.
Right.
You know you're going to have a good time.
Right.
And I would say that I would hope that you would have a good time, that you would feel free enough to express yourself while enjoying the show. And go in with an open mind and come out feeling better. I mean, I've never had anyone come and tell me they didn't leave feeling completely rejuvenated. So, like, completely turned around. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn so much as I would say that I know what I bring to the table when I come and, do the whole energy thing. We're going to go ahead and we're gonna give you a show, and it's going to be an experience, and you're going to feel it. I think that's what's so huge about music these days. Like, especially good, like, we just went to Reggae Rise Up, badass concerts, and like with some of the best bands around, and like you can feel their performance in the audience, and it's not just the subs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because you think it's the sub. I mean, it is that too. But it's you feel the music, and I think that's something that I definitely give every time. When I give that 100%, you're gonna feel my music, and I hope it does something to you.
Yeah,
Anything.
I love it. Hey, well, final thoughts?
Come get stoned at Oregon Hempfest. This is the place to be. I mean, I've been having dab after dab after dab. Honestly, it's getting almost too comfy. I have to get up and do some jumping jacks, but you know what? Smoke more weed after that.
Yeah, either way, I know you'll be doing the jumping jacks on stage.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's get down to it.
Well, thank you so much for giving me this time and sitting with me, brother.
Cool. Thanks.
Give it your heart and soul.